guys, it's Russ here from Lucy and Russ Property Chat. Today I want to give you a quick video about the pros and cons of having separate meters in a HMO. So this is a 6-bed HMO, it's all part of our portfolio. It is something that we're going to do a refurbishment on, and you'll see a few videos as we go through this process. We're going to transform this. This room is actually one of the nicest rooms in the property at the moment. Some of them need a lot more work than this. But anyway, today's topic is these top-up cards. So this has been rented previously for relatively low rent. It's an affordable accommodation HMO currently. We've moved the tenants out, we're going to change the tenant type slightly. And one of the things that the previous landlord's done is installed these separate meters in the rooms. So you can see here we're in a double bedroom. There'll have been a bed in here previously. There's a small kind of cooking facilities area where somebody could plug a microwave in. There's a little sink. And then within each room he's installed a separate fuse board and a card meter. And the idea behind this is that if anything goes wrong in this room, that it only affects this room, doesn't blow the whole house, which is good. We tend to build that in by putting each room on its own switch on the fuse board. It gives the same protection. It means that we haven't got a fuse board in each room. That's our preference. But this meter here, this controls the amount of electric that's actually fed in. So there's one main supply into the property. We pay the bill. And then in each room there's a sub-meter. We're actually probably going to take these out because of the tenant type that we're looking for. But the reason that you would put these in is to control the usage. So the way these work is they're simple little cards. These are like debit cards, plastic debit cards. We also manage properties where they're little cards with like a magnetic strip on as well. All you do, they're preloaded with £10 of credit. You purchase them and you just hold them against here like a contactless payment, and then it adds £10 of credit onto the meter. So what that does, the tenant buys this from us. We've purchased the electricity for the whole property, and effectively it's a sub-meter for this particular room. Now, what I do like about what the previous owner of this property's done is they've actually left the main light on the whole property system. So if the tenant ran out of electric, they wouldn't be able to use the socket, but they would still be able to safely turn the light on and see what they're doing in the room. So I think that's a really good compromise. One of the reasons why we're going to take these out is because our preferred tenant type really wouldn't want to be messing about with paying the electric. These are great for people who want to manage a budget. They're on probably a lower income. Previously these rooms were let for around about £320 a month. With what we're planning to do with the rooms and the property as a whole, we'd be looking at renting these out for probably £550 a month. It's a great location, and people would expect for that all of their bills to be included. So that means they're not paying their own internet connections as the guys were here previously, because a lot of people in HMO rooms want an all-inclusive product. They want to move in, pay the rent, and then when they're ready, move out. They don't want to be in their own utility bills and what have you. So these are a bit of a pain for tenants to top up with, but they are good for managing credit. If you're going to go down this route for certain tenant types, certain HMO types, what I would say is possibly consider giving them an allowance each month. So maybe you provide them a certain amount of, maybe one card a week, and then anything over and above that fair usage enables them then to purchase their own. So it allows you to manage the cost of the electric, because let's face it, if people aren't paying specifically for the electric, they probably are going to leave the lights on, leave everything running. Whereas if they're paying their own electric, they will be more conscious about it. So if you really do want to split this down and make tenants more responsible for their usage, these cards are a better way of doing it. We have some landlords ask us about fair usage policies, and the reality is they're very difficult to implement, and it's very hard when the overall bill is paid by the landlord to actually then apportion extra usage if it goes over and above. So just a few thoughts there for you. There is a place for these sub-meters, but you have to choose your tenant type. Also, check out how your letting agent is able to manage these, because if you put these in and the letting agent isn't geared up to deal with them, it's a whole nother process that they need to introduce. which we've taken on board a portfolio that does have these cards and they are appropriate. and we've adapted to that, but lots of letting agents won't. And again, particularly if you've got a non-HMO specialist agent, they're not going to be able to really cope with this kind of stuff. So I hope that's been useful. Hit the subscribe button, like our channel for more content, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.